Hi, welcome to tips to managing fibromyalgia symptoms. And my name is Lynn Ann Galloway, and I have had fibromyalgia. And I say had because I've had no symptoms for many years. And so I would say what I am doing is working. So just you want to keep following me if you want to find some more tips to do that. Today is we're going to talk about 5 tips to managing fibromyalgia and the symptoms. And I don't know about you, but sometimes what we do, actually, a lot of times what we are doing is contributing to our symptoms. And stress is probably one of the biggest things that contribute to our symptoms. So I'm going to give you 5 tips to manage your stress to help with your fibromyalgia symptoms. And for myself, I know that I contribute stress to being part of why I got into this situation and having a lot of pain. But it's been many years since I've had much pain. And I still continue to do the things that I'm going to suggest here. And why do I do that? It's just because I don't want to go back to where I was, having all pain and not able to function. So why stress? Why does stress do it to us? Well, one of the things that it does is it puts us into the fight or flight mode, and that sends a cascade of hormones into our system. And the purpose of that is, of course, so that we can react to whatever situation is happening. And that's what it was meant to do. So you have the adrenaline and the cortisol flooding our system and so that we can react quickly to a situation, and the fight or flight, or in some cases people freeze. So it sends a whole bunch of blood increases our blood glucose or blood sugar so that we have the energy to do it, and then we have the big energy. And what happens there is great, but when we have chronic stress where we don't have a rest, our body's meant to have the adrenaline rush to deal with the situation, the stress, but then we're meant to have a rest period so our body can recuperate. So when we are under chronic stress, then we don't get those periods for rest. And and we live in a lifestyle now that is unfortunately way a lot of people are. And it might be that you have deadline after deadline after deadline at work, or there's no, you're a caregiver, or you are a person that is always helping other people and not giving yourself a place of rest. So obviously one of the things is just try and one of the tips is trying to making sure you schedule time for you. Time to do a hobby, to sit and relax, so that your body can switch off all of those hormones, so they're into the relaxed state. Of course, things like during your scheduling the time, if you don't have a hobby, some people like hobbies that help to relax them. Yoga or meditation is another good way of doing that. Exercise actually is probably one of the best. Now, I know not everybody is always able to because of pain levels, but some type of exercise, because what that does is it uses up all that adrenaline and that rush of all these, the cortisol and that's in your system to the blood sugar, the increase in blood sugar, so it decreases and uses it up. And that also will help to alleviate some of those those type of hormones. What else to do? Diet. There are, when we're stressed, and maybe I'm the only person that's like this, but when you're stressed, you tend to eat comfort foods. And for me, comfort foods were always high carb and high fat foods. And those are probably the worst things to do, because what they do is increase our inflammation, which does nothing to help with how we feel. So that's another thing to do, is to watch what you're eating and have healthy snacks around. So when you are feeling stressed, you have a healthy snack that will help you, or that you can pick up quickly. Because if whatever's easy when you're stressed, that's what you tend to do. Finding And now if you are in a situation that is a stressful situation, whether it's particular if it's something with a relationship, or you're feeling like you're saying yes to a lot of things that you would rather say no to, then take a look at that and see if there's something that can be done about that, and having frank conversations about ways that you can deal with the situation so that you are less stressed. And, there's nothing wrong with saying to somebody, and this was a long time for me to learn to do this, was saying, no, I'm sorry, that doesn't work for me. And they don't need to know why. Or the other trick I do is if scheduling time for self-care, and if somebody asks you to do something during that time, then you need to make a decision whether the self-care is more important. And I would say if you're not feeling well, that it probably is more important, but there may be some times when you need to reschedule it so that you can help out someone else that's very important in your life. But if it's somebody that is not, you can say, I'm sorry, I have an appointment, and they don't need to know it's an appointment with yourself. And the other big tip that I would say that is really good for people and for myself is grounding. And how I do that is be out in nature, go for a walk in nature, in a forest, on a beach. Those will help to research shows that it's grounds you or puts you into the vibration of the earth, which is a much better good feel type of vibration, and helps you to reduce your stress. So I hope those helped. If you want some more tips, I have listed some things in, I have a PDF that's 9 tips to reducing stress, and the link is in the description there. And if you like this, please let me know, and you can sign up for my channel so that you don't miss any more of the tips that I do. Have an awesome day.